Well, welcome back. Thanks for being here. It's Thursday. It's the 26th day of October. We're quickly counting this one down. And man, am I counting on you not liking your weekend forecast. It has been tweaked. And literally, we're talking about temperatures falling to around 38, 39 degrees by about 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon. That also means that cold front that's going to do that is also going to have some precipitation with it, which means we still may see some flakes flying about for your weekend. We don't recover much on your Sunday as well. We will recover at the first of next week, and I'll have your trick-or-treat forecast for you in just a few moments. But wow. Oh, and on our today's date in weather history segment for tonight at the London airport. I didn't have anything from Jackson Airport today from the National Weather Service in Jackson, but the London office recorded an 18-degree low on this date back in, I believe it was 1962. I have to go back a little bit, but nevertheless. So keep that in mind when you're really thinking about how cold it's going to be on your Saturday. A lot of ground to cover tonight. The rest of the indictments released by the current Johnson County grand jury, in addition to the one that I aired last night about the woman indicted for murder for killing her child after it was born. We'll also have some significant additions made to the Restaurant Row project in regards to getting off at some specific locations. They've made some additions, and I'll walk you through that whole scenario in just a few seconds. Also, a brief word on, of course, the fatal fire. A young man down in Round County just engaged. Lost his life in a fatal structure fire, still under investigation, and a host of other news and information. I know that a lot of the world is anxiously awaiting, maybe flipping channels back and forth. Of course, today is the day that we understand that the National Archives were to post on their website the thousands of pages of JFK documents that, of course, been withheld or redacted to some degree, fueling conspiracies, mystery, unknown, and debates and more since November the 22nd, of course, of 1963, the day that investigation began after the death and murder of our president. That, of course, will be making headlines for now, though. We'll stay local and go on from here. A school bus auto accident happened in McGoffin County right around 4:30. It happened on Punchin of Middle Fork. Now, there were no students on the bus, but there was the bus and a passenger car involved, and there were said to be some possible injuries. We hope to possibly have an update and maybe even be able to take you to the scene before I leave you tonight, so stay tuned. We will get to that in just a second. Just kind of one of those things that's gone under the radar that we have to make a big deal out of tonight because it is tomorrow. The annual Ghost Walk that they have down at the Sagersville Renaissance Program is tomorrow night, but this is even bigger, maybe even a little scarier. Not so much for the little ones, of course, but they have combined something with it that they have worked on really for the past couple of years, getting it implemented, and led by the McGoffin County High School dance team and a whole lot of other little zombies and not so little. They're going to be doing Thriller in the downtown area tomorrow night as part of the Ghost Walk. Now, the Ghost Walk itself has, of course, the little ghost walk that they do around town, and it's a bit of a fright for some. They go easy on the little ones, but they have crafts, they have snacks and treats. It's all free, and it all starts tomorrow, 6 o'clock, and lasts till 9. And, of course, we'll have a camera there, I hope, in time to be able to get out of here and catch the Thriller. Certainly, we'll want to see that. But if you want to be a part of that, get a little early Halloween going on, well, that is tomorrow night, right downtown at the Sagers Renaissance Program. They've been working on the Thriller performance, of course, Michael Jackson's Thriller now for weeks, and I'm excited to see it, and you should be too. With that said, one report from elsewhere of the viewing air before we go any further. The Kentucky State Police did confirm in a release sent to me earlier this afternoon that they've identified the individual who was killed in a structure fire around 1 o'clock this morning in a mobile home. It happened in the Cranston area, and McBrayer Road was specifically where the home was located. It was there that a young man and his fiancée were woken to the fire. First, before I go any further, two corrections that happened in the Clearfield area, not Cranston, and also the state police have not formally released his identity, but his fiancée and family has. Nevertheless, the entire situation is just horrific to think about. This couple just engaged last week. The fiancée seen here to your left, Tiara Mays, 11 weeks pregnant. They were expecting, they were engaged just days ago, and they were celebrating her fiancé's birthday just yesterday. He leaves behind 3 children, either they shared or that he leaves behind. I'm not for sure or for certain at this point, but I can confirm that the children weren't at home at the time. But The Kentucky State Police arson investigator is still trying to determine the exact cause of the fire. It's still unknown, but sometime around 1 o'clock, they both were awakened to the smell of smoke, while Tiara was able to crawl on the floor and jump out a window, suffering burns, but she was taken to the hospital and later released, while her fiancé was not so fortunate and perished in the blaze. John Smith died as a result of that structure fire that's still under investigation. It was a single-wide mobile home which caught on fire once again sometime around 11 o'clock last night. The entire fire cause and origin still once again under investigation by the Kentucky State Police. Local news in just a second. Much more than diesel specialist, Black Smoke Performance is turning out excellent auto body collision paint and repair results with free quotes and estimates on everything from insurance jobs to that ding you got in the driveway. Custom lift kits, bed liners, winches, and accessories, and full diagnostics and repair on anything gas or diesel, from brakes to fluid changes to major auto repair. If you want it fixed, lifted, painted, customized, or just maintained, just call on the team at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville, 100 May Drive, or 349-8785. Do you know what the Friday after Halloween is? It's National Sandwich Day. And here in Sagersville, at your Sagersville Subway, it's Customer Appreciation Day. And all day long, from 7 a.m. to closing at 11, buy any 6-inch sandwich with a drink, get a free 6-inch sandwich. Buy any foot-long sandwich with a drink, get a free foot-long sandwich. All day Friday, November the 3rd at your Sagersville Subway.
Hi, this is John Harris at Gateway Motors. We're having to get it out of the mud sale. Everything we have is covered in mud, so if you want a good deal, right now is the time to get it.
Yeah, no joke, no gimmick. The road construction is killing them, so John has cut another $1,000 off this super economical 2015 Mitsubishi. It's got less than 22,000 miles, new tires, and it's only $69.95. He cut this 08 Crew Cab Dodge 4x4. It's $5,000 below book. He cut $2,000 off this Ford Escape 4x4 XLT to $69.95. And this 2010 Honda Civic with ultra low miles, only $83,000. His price just too low to advertise. Call today for quick pre-credit approval, $0 down, low income approval, and most payments under $200 a month at Gateway Motors in Sagersville, 349 Cars.
Just when you thought it's gotten as good as it gets better. Appalachian Wireless now offers unlimited text, talk, and 2 gigs of data for as low as $45 a month. But wait, you can also get 5 lines on 8 gigs of data for just $145 a month. Both great deals on the Appalachian Advantage plan, and the savings keep getting bigger. How big? $25 per month, less than the other guys. Taxes due at time of sale. See store for details. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless, an East Kentucky network company.
Like our 100% safe and secure mobile banking app at Sagersville National, we're always working to make your life a little easier. And our mobile deposit feature gives you more freedom and more time to do what you love the most. Just open the app, confirm the amount, and click. You're done. A safe, no-hassle way to manage your money from anywhere in the... Well, you get the drift. Now get the app at Sagersville National Bank, 349-3131. An 05 with 114,000 miles for under $3,000. Yeah, this week's special is the best way to describe this Ford Focus at Broadway Auto Sales in Paintsville, where you can also get a slick deal on this slick-looking 02 Toyota Tacoma extended cab, and this very hard-to-find, sporty and roomy Dodge Magnum, this Hunter's Special, a 95 Wrangler, all the accessories, winch lights, and more. And take everybody with you and ride in style in an 06 Chevy Trailblazer, 4x4, third row, and more. At Broadway Auto Sales in Paintsville.
Home energy use is on the rise. Every year, new devices, more devices. We are using more energy. Simple Saver helps you trim peak energy usage and pays you for being energy smart. You can receive up to $50 in annual bill credits. Over the years, the savings really add up with Kentucky's Touchstone Energy Cooperative's Simple Saver. Licking Valley RECC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
In addition to the indictment yesterday that I spoke of, a Johnson County woman indicted on a charge of murder for the death of her newborn, there were several other indictments, I believe a total of 13 to 14 individuals, many from Johnson, some from Sagersville, and other parts of the viewing area, indicted on a host of charges. Promoting contraband was a common charge, but there were also several theft, and as you can well imagine, drug-related cases. Of the approximate 13, several individuals were indicted for promoting contraband, including Alexandria D. Moore of Paintsville, who was indicted on account of promoting for being in possession of a lighter and tobacco in the Big Sandy jail on August the 25th. Promoting contraband is a Class D felony. Her bond was ordered to be $5,000. A Sayersville man, Christopher J. Helton of Lakeville Road, also indicted on promoting contraband in the first degree for being in possession of a lighter and tobacco on or around July the 27th in the Big Sandy Regional Jail. Stephen Preston of West Liberty, indicted on the same count of promoting contraband for being in possession also of a lighter and tobacco on or around July the 27th. Curtis Winkleman of Sandy Hook was indicted on account of promoting contraband in the first degree. He had a lighter and 3 razor blades in his possession on or around September the 4th of this year. He was also indicted on being a persistent felony offender in the first degree for being previously convicted of 2 prior felonies. Winkleman has been jailed since around June the 13th of this year on robbery in the first degree and other persistent felony offender charges. Winkleman's bond was set at $10,000, while this man was being ordered held on a $15,000 bond after being indicted on assault in the third degree of a correctional employee and persistent felony offender in the first degree. Joshua D. Stevens of Paintsville was indicted on those charges for injuring or attempting to injure correctional officer Josh Cole and having been convicted of more than 1 prior felony offense since being 21 years of age. He's been jailed since May the 17th of this year, it appears, for giving police a false name and information and manufacturing methamphetamine charges. David Tackett of White House, Kentucky was indicted for escape in the second degree and tampering with a monitoring device. He reportedly escaped the custody of home incarceration on or around September the 28th of this year, just last month, and disabled his monitoring device in doing so. He's been jailed since October the 1st on giving police a false name, public intoxication, contempt, and other charges. His bond was set at $5,000, while Cindy Conley of Hager Hill was ordered held on $10,000 for knowingly exploiting an adult, for which she was indicted, a Class C felony. She reportedly exploited an adult in excess of $300. Another promoting contraband indictment, this in the first degree, this against Barbara Norman of Stopover, Kentucky. This is on around June the 12th. She was in possession of crystal methamphetamine while being incarcerated. And Thomas Price, last known address of Paintsville, was indicted on escape in the second degree and being a persistent felony offender in the second degree. This goes back to when Price, as we well covered here on the show, escaped the custody of McGoffin County Jailer Brian Montgomery as he was being taken back to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, for which he remained on the run for several weeks. He was also indicted on being a persistent felony offender for having been convicted of a prior felony offense after being at least 18. And of course, he was also ordered held on a $10,000 cash bond. But these charges are also in addition to several other felony and theft charges that he is facing for various different cases in McGoffin, Johnson, and other counties. 2 separate indictments in the name of Crystal Shireman of Staffordsville, Kentucky. One for possession of a handgun by a convicted felon. Authorities found her in possession of a Walther .22 caliber pistol. Trooper Dustin Thompson presented the case. A $10,000 bond was issued in that case. And she was also indicted on charges of first-degree possession of a controlled substance, that being cocaine, 2 counts of a prescription not in its proper original container, possession of a controlled substance, drug unspecified, possession of marijuana, and other charges. Jason Selvage of East Point, Kentucky was indicted on several counts: possession of a controlled substance in the first, operating a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs, another possession of a controlled substance charge, another possession of a controlled substance charge, possession of drug paraphernalia, and for some traffic offenses on or around April the 24th. He was in possession of hydrocodone under the influence of drugs and in possession of other drugs as well. While Tommy Dingus of Grape Creek here in Sagersville was indicted on account of burglary in the first, theft by unlawful taking, criminal mischief in the second, and being a persistent felony offender in the first degree. This goes back to another case that we also covered here on the program when he was found to have burglarized a residence in Leander belonging to an Erica Blair, where he was responsible for stealing several firearms, a Winchester 16 gauge, 50 cal muzzle loader, a Thompson Arms 50 cal muzzle loader, several shotguns, rifles, and other weapons. Well over a dozen different weapons taken from the residence, leaving about $500 in damages behind as well. The PFO charge comes after he has already been convicted of 2 prior felonies. His bond set at $30,000. While Stephen Hatton of Paintsville was indicted on possession in the first, driving under the influence, no insurance, and other charges. He was found to be behind the wheel and in possession of crystal methamphetamine and intoxicated on July the 16th. And those indictments, in addition to the one I aired yesterday, that of 34-year-old Amanda Mead of West Van Leer, who reportedly on October the 15th committed the offense of murder when she gave birth to a child, cut the umbilical cord, and then allowed it to die in her home. She was already in jail, as I told you last night, on serious charges, being in possession of a handgun by a convicted felon and drug charges that were levied against her here in Magafa County several weeks ago. I'll be right back. As at least 1 out of every 5 people will likely get the flu this season, putting hundreds of thousands in the hospital and sadly proving fatal for another 50,000 more, now is the time for everyone 6 months and older to get their flu vaccination, so you'll be 60% less likely to have to worry about catching it. They've got flu shots ready, so all you have to do is come by and see the people who want to keep you from getting sick just as much as they want to make you well again when you are. Get your flu shot today at Hope Family Medical Center in Sagersville.
All human. Because we're not perfect, we tend to make mistakes. Unfortunately, some mistakes are severe and carry more consequences than others. If you have been hurt in a car wreck, a truck wreck, or because of someone's mistake, reckless or careless behavior, you deserve help with your medical expenses, lost wages, and serious permanent pain and injuries that you have been made to suffer and will continue to suffer for the rest of your life. If you have been injured, I can help. I'm attorney Don Wayne McFarland. Call me and let me go to work for you. 349-9000.
Well, you've been asking for them, and they're finally here. A huge new selection of bourbon and bow ties, many classic bangles and new designs, earrings, necklaces, and little bourbons and bow ties for the little ones. The best selection they've ever had. And their fall decor is some of the best they've ever had too, and that's saying a lot. Gorgeous fall colors to warm your home from the front door to the Thanksgiving table. You simply must stop in and see everything inside the seasonal shop in downtown Sagersville.
Oh, the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home.
The sun bathes us in the power of its warm glow and brightens our world. Now it can power your life. Cooperative Solar brings you hassle-free solar power from your local Kentucky Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Renewable, affordable, easy. Licking Valley RECC's Cooperative Solar. Join the community. CooperativeSolar.com.
They're rolling out big, beautiful truck bodies every day, the best America makes in steel and aluminum, with their largest ever local stock of angle, sheet, round, I-beam, expanded, steel, and aluminum in several different finishes for whatever you're working on. And if the dump body you're driving needs parts, they've got them in stock. And if you need a big project fabricated from scratch, they've got you covered at Logan in Salyersville since 1904. So you can't miss the new construction going on all around the Mountain Parkway for the most part, but certainly here in the Restaurant Row area of Salyersville, a 2.4-mile segment where there's a lot of activity and a lot of work going on. In addition, I have learned just tonight to the 5 intersections that are already planned around that route or in that route, they have now added some new changes, additions, left turn lanes that are going to be built in 3 additional areas, they say, to hopefully improve traffic flow and access to local roads and businesses. We'll get to that in just a second. Since I haven't shown you the most recent map for quite some time, and since you can drive through now and see all that's happening, see the intersections as they're starting to take shape, I thought I would real quickly go through just the overall plan and then talk specifically as well about those 3 new left turn lanes. Starting with the new intersection at the Catholic Church red light, if you want to go to the top left of your screen and say, for example, you're coming down Parkway Drive or out of the downtown area on Parkway Drive, and you know, for example, that you want to stay on the Health Department or Sagersville Subway side of the Mountain Parkway, you can take a left at that intersection, get on the loop, and then that loop comes on down and around, actually comes over a portion of where the existing Parkway Drive is right now, and then we'll take a left and go behind the Health Department and a few other businesses, and you'll be able to access those from the rear. We'll show you that in just a few seconds when we get to the next map and slide on over, if you will. If you are, example, saying, coming from Parkway Drive and you know you want to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe side of the Mountain Parkway, well, you'll come through that light, and once you come through the light onto the other side, it will take a left and then, of course, go right down through there, connecting with those businesses. We'll show you how far it runs in just a few moments. And you'll also notice that if you look closer at the intersection, if you're coming from Parkway Drive and you know you want to get directly onto the Mountain Parkway, you can take a right instead of going through the light, and that will put you traveling west. And there is also, say for traffic, you can see coming from the east traveling west, you can see a turning lane that breaks off and goes down to Parkway Drive as well. Now moving over to the right from this vantage point, if you will, you can look to the left of your screen. You can see the loop there to the left that goes, as I was telling you, behind the Health Department and behind McDonald's and then behind the bank, behind the Shell Mart, and then there's 2 access points there to the 4-lane. One is the red light that's over to the far right of your screen. That will be right by the Sagersville Subway. And also back before that, there's another access road where traffic traveling to the west can veer off, and then, of course, traffic coming out from behind those businesses will be able to get back onto the Mountain Parkway at that location. And down below the new Mountain Parkway 4-lane, you'll see the access road that runs the full length of this frame, which is all the way from basically the red light at the church, the new red light there, all the way down to past Sagersville's Lee's Famous Recipe, and it continues on. As we shift on over to the right yet again, no major changes here. You can see to the far left, and I know I'm pulled out kind of far, but there's just not that many other features here, if you will. But you can see the red light there to the far left there in front of Lee's and the Subway. Then you can see that basically there will be the new 4-lane of the Mountain Parkway, and you can see that the access road continues on the lower side of your screen, on the Lee's side of the Parkway, if you will. And it continues all the way on to the next red light and even beyond there. And you'll know where that you've already seen the new red lights, traffic lights already strung across the road, not in use near the BP. Well, that, of course, is representative of this new intersection, this new red light here, and that's how it's going to work. You'll see the red light there. You'll see that access road on the Lee's side, if you will, still as I'm going to refer to it. And it comes down and makes a loop. Traffic will be able to go through that light, take a left or right, what have you, get on the Parkway, head in either direction. Or traffic from Old Burning Fork Road will also be able to have an access point here that will bring them to the Mountain Parkway or across and over to the other side. And this red light, as of right now, is also going to be the access point for the new Magafa County High School. So any traffic to and from the high school will have to either come down and through this red light or already be on this access road in order to get to the high school. This road, as you're about to see, dead ends shortly past the Magafa County High School property. You'll notice to the bottom of your screen the black line that just comes over a little bit and stops. That is the end of that access road. That means that the Magafa County High School, as I said, will have to pull out, get on that road, and then go through the red light. To the top of your screen, you'll see where Old Burning Fork Road intersects with the westbound lane of the Mountain Parkway. And anyone who's been traveling in the Burning Fork area has noticed, of course, the earth that's already been moved, and you can already see, of course, the new lane of travel that will connect Burning Fork to the Mountain Parkway. And if you look to the left of your screen, you can see where the existing path is, and that roadway will stay, of course, to access those residences there at the Kane property and elsewhere, but that the new intersection will actually come over, and that will go into the red light there, and those coming out of Burning Fork will have the option of getting onto the Mountain Parkway or going through the red light and then going across the Mountain Parkway on over to the Old Burning Fork Road, the extension office there. You'll see the storage units as well. And you may also notice that you'll only be able to access Burning Fork by actually getting on the Mountain Parkway. The access road on the Lee's side of the Mountain Parkway does not run all the way up, so at some point, if you're coming to Burning Fork from town, you will have to get on the 4-lane briefly. Now, with all of that said, for the 3 significant additions that they've just announced today, they are 3 added left turn lanes. We'll begin with the first. What you're looking at here to the top left and right of your screen, on the left side, that of course is the McDonald's and also the First Commonwealth Bank. And on the other side of that road that connects the parkway and the access road behind it is the Shell Mart. And you see that traffic going westbound, if you will, from right to left on your screen can veer off and access those businesses, and then traffic coming from those businesses can get back on and continue headed west. But they're going to add a left turn lane, meaning that traffic from the Mountain Parkway will have a lane where they can get off and then cross the Mountain Parkway westbound and turn off into those businesses as well. They're also going to do the same thing right now, or plan to, in front of the Pine Point apartment complex. They'll have a lane where you can turn left if you're traveling east on the Mountain Parkway. And further on down is the 3rd added left turn lane. Here you see the junction of the Mountain Parkway and where you turn into Old Burning Fork Road there at the Faith Free Will Baptist Church. Well, they have right now a lane. If you're coming from Prestonsburg, say, or Painesville, you can veer off of the 4-lane and get on to there. Or residents or anyone traveling that portion of Old Burning Fork Road can come and get on the parkway headed west. They're going to add a left turn lane for the eastbound lanes here as well. That means traffic going east from the left to the right of your screen will be able to get into a turning lane and then turn left onto Old Burning Fork Road as well, creating an intersection accessible both ways in all 3 of those areas, in front of the First Commonwealth Bank, in front of Pine Point Apartments, and Old Burning Fork Road.
Hi, I'm attorney Jeff Lovely. When hiring an attorney, experience does matter. For over 20 years, I've been representing clients throughout Eastern Kentucky. We are a full-service law firm, representing clients who've been injured in car accidents or at work, representing clients who need to file bankruptcy, representing clients who've been charged with a crime. For all your legal needs, contact my office when it matters. We have 2 locations for your convenience. In Sayersville at 349-4522 and West Liberty at 743-1965.
A tire more than 25% low, about 8 pounds, makes you 3 times more likely, and worn out tires 11 times more likely to be in a tire-related crash. Don't take your or their safety for granted. Come in for a free inspection, 6 months, no interest financing, the best price and best selection at Conley Tire in Staffordsville. Parkway Pharmacy, now open earlier from 8 a.m. until 6 in the evening to better suit your schedule and lifestyle, and to help you get better and live a healthier life. And if allergies are bogging you down, they're armed with the very best in over-the-counter relief for adults and your children. Reach owner pharmacist Jesse Rudd and his assistant pharmacist Megan Castle and their staff at 8 o'clock in the mornings or at 349-4400. Before I get to your calendar announcement, a couple of things real quickly. The Montgomery County Fiscal Court has a special session meeting set for tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Now, this is with the sole purpose of awarding the dump bids that they could not or did not award during their last regular meeting or last meeting last week. We'll have a camera there, and possibly, given I expect it will be a brief meeting, maybe even a report on tomorrow's program, as we'll have to just wait and see what happened. And I'm referring to, of course, the report that I've already aired here in the program. You should know what I'm referring to. And one more time, since it's the last time I can tell you before it happens, well, not technically, I'll remind you again, but the Sayersville Renaissance Ghost Walk is tomorrow night in the downtown area. Tricks and treats and crafts for the kids, the Ghost Walk, and of course Thriller, performed, led by our McGoffin County High School dance team and a lot of other dancers and zombies as well. It's going to be great. It's going to be great fun. 6 to 9 tomorrow night, right downtown. Can't miss it. Here's the rest of your calendar as brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau. Another big Halloween event, of course, the Trail of Terror on Lakeville Road, Saturday night, last night, 7:30 for an hour for little frights for little people, 8:30 if you dare. They've got signs posted, can't miss them. 1.5 miles up Lakeville on the right. They have had a great time scaring some great people like yourself, so come and join them. Trick or treat, of course, Tuesday's Halloween, and you can bring the little ones, bring big baskets or bags for all the treats, too, to the McGoffin County Health Department, 8:30 till 3. They have, of course, carnival games and their little haunted house tour and a whole lot of fun for all the kids of McGoffin County. They'll be bringing in by the bus loads, and parents, you can bring them in as well for trick-or-treat at your McGoffin County Health Department. Don't forget about the sale event coming up at St. Luke's Open Door next Wednesday through Saturday. They're going to have free books, coats and shoes for 50 cents. Winter coats and shoes, 50 cents. Sheets for $1. Clothing, $1 a bag at St. Luke's Catholic Church next Wednesday through Saturday. And I think that will just about wrap it up for tonight's announcements. I've got a bunch for later on down the line. Just one quick reminder, though, the last one for tonight. If you have family you would like to add to the list for Dalton's Elves and Silent Nights to help have an extra Merry Christmas, call one of the elves on the bottom of your screen. And I just got this in and don't have it typed in, but another place you might want to visit for trick-or-treat, well, the Mountain of Hope Baptist Church is having treat night on Halloween as well at the church. They're on top of the hill there on Ivington and 114. Candy and treats to be given away from 6 to 8. So stop by. Moms and dads, bring the kids in their costumes as well. They've got candy, and they're hoping that you're going to come and get it before the members eat it all. To be perfectly honest, that's the Mountain of Hope Baptist Church. Turning to funeral services now said in honor of 70-year-old Imogene Gamble of Oak Road, who passed away yesterday, survived by her brothers Morris and Roy Gamble and sisters Viola Hunley, Luvella Howard, Pauline Boland, Rosetta Allen, Shirley Hall, Mary, Nettie, Rita Fay, and Bonita Gay Gamble. Visitation is this evening and up until services start Saturday at 1, with visitation all day again tomorrow. All from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Now, to finish up for this evening, we'll do so with your Licking Valley RECC outlook, and it's looking like outside tonight should be right around 40 degrees. A little patchy fog, and for the most part, clear skies and calm winds. Not so calm tomorrow. We are going to peak, though, out and ahead of a massive cold front. We're going to warm up to 70, 72, 73 degrees tomorrow. Nothing but sunshine and a really nice Friday. Hope you find a way to enjoy at least a little bit of it because, man, you can see what's around the corner. Winds are also going to be blustering about, though, 6 to 21 mile per hour gust at times, so keep that in mind. Showers are likely tomorrow night, but right now the window looks to be 4 or 5 in the morning on Saturday, so they're not included really into Friday's forecast. But Saturday, you'll possibly wake up to some showers and definitely some cooler air. While we'll see temperatures climb from tomorrow night's low of 45, maybe into the low 50s early Saturday by about 4 o'clock, they're already going to start to, they've already started to fall by then, and they're going to be down to around 39 by about 4 o'clock or so Saturday evening. Yes, falling to 39 by Saturday afternoon. Temperatures that night are not going to go very far. They only have to drop about a degree or so to get to our low at 38. So showers and very, very cold showers. It's going to be a day to stay inside. Not going to be much outdoor activity going on. And your Sunday doesn't look to improve. Now, keep in mind also, backing up to Saturday quickly, we're still going to have winds moving around as well. Not as much as tomorrow, but there'll still be some winds just to make it feel that much colder. And Sunday, a chance of rain and snow showers early. No accumulation, of course, but just enough to say, hey, it can and does happen this time of year. And then, of course, as we get up to about 46 on Sunday, we will see nothing but rain thereafter. Mostly cloudy skies will continue that night. Widespread frost Sunday night as we get down to below 30. It's going to be the coldest night thus far. Monday will recover. The good news is it's going to be better for trick-or-treat, too. Monday, 56, mostly sunny. Lows just above freezing. Trick-or-treat about the same, 54, 55 degrees, about 35 for nighttime lows, which means for trick-or-treat, which is 6 to 8 for everyone in the viewing area, we're going to be into the 40s by the time it starts. I believe upper 40s, lower 40s, maybe even by the time it's over. It's going to be a quick change. So bundle them up good because we'll have cool conditions. Now, that 20% chance of showers on trick-or-treat right now, I'm holding off that it's going to be later and after. We'll know more as we get closer. Right now, we know that it's going to be a cool Halloween. So that's going to do it for tonight. I'm already worried about how we're going to get it all done tomorrow. It's a good problem to have. We'll have fiscal court coverage, I do believe, as well as some other news and information, an update on the school bus crash here in McGoffin County, and I suspect some other news you're just only going to see if you see us next time. We'll wrap up this week tomorrow night. For more of your news today, hope to see you then. For now, thanks for watching and have a good night.